Hello my little gods and goddesses. Today we're going to be talking about another Stephen King short story novel called Full Dark No Stars. So let me know in the comments if you've read this story. There are 4 short stories in this novel. The first one is 1922. But first, remember to subscribe if you're new here. Also, check out the description box down below, especially if you like online shopping, because I do have an eBay and a Poshmark closet. Also, Instagram, of course, if you have that. Thank you so much if you do shop my closet. I appreciate you. Let's get started with 1922. I'm gonna read to you what I wrote and then we'll discuss it further. Farmer kills his wife. Oh yeah, spoilers. Farmer kills his wife with the help of his 14-year-old son because he's a stubborn coward. Boy faints 2 times. Dad throws mom down a well. They live like on a big ranch. They are like farm owners, so they have quite a bit of land. And the boy loses his innocence after the murder. He gets his girlfriend pregnant at the age of 15, and after that she gets sent away by her parents to eventually give up the baby for adoption. The boy goes after her in his father's car after stealing it. She decides to go with him. They rob a bunch of places and it ends up really badly. The mom haunts the father for his foolishness through the use of rats. Then eventually she manifests herself to fuck with his head. He loses everything, rightly so. The farm, his animals, the son that he ruined. He should have just divorced her, but instead he got ate by rats. Oh. I hate rats, so snakes for the win. I hate rats so much. Yeah, this was pretty gruesome. I actually really enjoyed it. I really like darker stories, so yeah, this was very interesting to me. I definitely would have, I always say this with the short stories, but I always miss that extra detail that Stephen King usually brings to the characters and their backstory and their conversations. So yes, these short stories, if you don't like too much detail, will be perfect for you because yeah, they are to the point pretty much. But yeah, this was really interesting to me, and I'm gonna rate it a 4 out of 5, which is really good. 1922. That was pretty long, but still, I wanted more details, but that's okay. Next is Big Driver. This one had a different voice actress. I did hear this on Audible since I don't own the physical copy of the book. But yeah, the female, her voice, she took a while to grow on me because I'm just so used to the male voice. And her like different tones of voices really like, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. It is read by Jessica Hecht, I think, Hecht, and Craig Wason. Full Dark No Stars. Anyways, so yeah, the voice was a little bit, I don't know how to explain it, like, let me not say anything negative. It took a while to grow on me, but it did eventually grow on me. Her voice was very calming by the end of it, but at first I did not like it, so I'm just gonna say that. Anyway, let me just read what I wrote for Big Driver. Tess is a writer. Stephen King loves doing writers. Okay, that's fine. She takes a job to speak about her work after another more sought after writer cancels. She gets $1,500 for her time. A big woman who Tess believes is a lesbian because of how she's dressed gives her directions to a shortcut. Okay, a stranger at the place she goes to read her book, to do her job. I don't know what they call it, like speaking, or like a showing. What do authors call that when they go and like talk about their book? I don't know, but that's what she goes to do. And then a lady there gives her a shortcut, which to me is like, why are you giving me a shortcut? Like, I'm very suspicious, so I'm borderline paranoid. So I watched too much true crime, so yeah. Anyway, she's naive. She naively takes it and ends up being set up. At first, and in the middle of the disturbing tale, I didn't care for this main character because she seems like a weakling. Yeah, she did. She wants to hide away from her attacker instead of bringing him to justice. But by the end, I was proud of her. She really changed for the better, I'd say. And I was surprisingly in tears as well. This is the only story that brought me to tears because of personal reasons. It hit me like a fist to the eye when I heard that Tess hadn't been the only victim. On a personal level, too, did it touch me like a pedophile did to me as a child. This is a good reminder to always call out or report an abuser, especially when it's done to a child. So yeah, this story was kind of like I Spit on Your Grave, if you've ever seen that movie. It's very intense, but it's about revenge after a woman is assaulted by multiple men, I think, and they think they kill her, but she comes back, I think. Either they don't kill her, but anyway, it reminded me of that movie because that's what happens. She gets raped, gets thrown into a ditch, or like under like a tunnel that goes under a bridge and a highway. I forgot what it was called. And there she finds more victims that are not alive anymore. 2 women, I believe, were in that ditch, unfortunately. But on top of that, there's another woman who has a fake eye due to an assault by her stepfather that really triggered me to go and like cry, because I was touched by a family member as a child, and I always regretted not speaking up about it sooner because he did it again. And anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Eventually I did tell somebody, but I feel like nothing was done, so don't worry though, he got his karma. So but yeah, this just a trigger warning for, obviously, for Pig Driver. It does include RAPE, so yeah, it was very intense by the end, for sure. I'm gonna give this one a 3 out of 5 though, because even though it was triggering to me a little bit, I didn't really enjoy it that much. Obviously, like, how are you gonna enjoy that? It's not like about enjoying, it's just like, I don't know, it just wasn't for me. So it's a 3. It's like pretty average. 3 out of 5 is good. Next, we're gonna move on to Fair Extension. Sorry, my eyes are getting watery for no reason. I'm not crying, you're crying. The man is dying from cancer when he meets him, but then he meets someone or something in Derry that reminded me of It. Oh yeah, the story takes place in Derry, which is pretty cool. If you've read at least a few Stephen King books, then you know that he made, I think it's, what place did he live in? Maine? He made Maine into Derry, pretty much. So yeah, we're in Derry in this story, and he meets, this man with cancer meets a character who seems to shapeshift subtly, in a subtle way, so the character is kind of confused by him. But anyway, yeah, he reminded me of It, the character in that usually dresses up as a clown, but he's not a clown, he's an alien, shape-shifting alien from outer space. Spoilers for It. This creature, posing as a man, tells the dying man that he can take the sickness away if he gives him a name to pass it on to. The dying man does, and he ruins his supposed best friend's life by doing this deal. Needless to say, this main character is a shit one. Not only is he holding on to old wounds, which many bitter people do, but he's also a fake. Fake people are dangerous. Fake people are dangerous since they can easily trick and play you if you lack intuition, or if you simply don't pay attention to how they really feel towards you. Unfortunately, we don't see the consequences of the choices. I hope his family didn't suffer over it, only him though. Oh yeah, this man has a family, so pretty much he passes it on the cancer to his friend's wife. He doesn't get to decide who gets it, but pretty much his friend took his girlfriend from him because his friend's wife used to be with him. I don't remember names. I'm really bad at names and I didn't write them down, so yeah, so if you understand. So he pretty much never got over that fact that he got his girl, and then he also got rich. But yeah, his friend loses everything. He loses his wife, he loses his son. His son gets like something happens to him where he like, I don't know how to say it, but he needs assistance living a normal life. I mean, it's hard to explain. I can't remember what happened. I think he had an accident, but just a whole lot of bad stuff happens to his best friend over this deal, and obviously he gets cured of the cancer. Anyway, obviously I did not like the main character, which is fine. I don't have to like the main character. But yeah, this one is also getting a 3 out of 5 because it was pretty average for me, and it was pretty short as well. And like I said, we don't get to see if there's any consequences for the man or what the payment for this deal is. So there's kind of like open-ended a little bit. Oh yeah, he does pay the shape-shifting character. He does pay him money, like actual money. But I don't think that's all that he's gonna take from him. But maybe I'm wrong. Lastly, yes, I think lastly, it's called, the last story is called A Good Marriage. And this one, unfortunately, I did watch already the movie that's based off this little short story. So I wrote, just like the movie version, would have liked more story, more details of the evil deeds the husband does, because in this story he's a murderer. Like he murders multiple women and a couple of boys, or just one boy. But this story is based on an actual serial killer who did bondage play. What's it called? Bondage? Yeah, I forgot his name already. It doesn't matter, I guess. But yeah, Stephen King pretty much was inspired by an actual serial killer, which is pretty normal. I think a lot of writers are inspired by our own reality, and then we can twist it however we want to, in story form and fiction form. But if you really think about it, everything is fiction because people lie. Even history is like told by the winner or the one who survived, or you know, by one or two or some people. But humans are not very trustworthy, in my opinion. So even though we are overall good in general, for the most part, not all of us, but I think humanity is in general good, but we lie. It's so easy to lie, so we lie. Anyway, in this story, the wife finds out that her husband, who travels for work, has like IDs from women that are missing, and that's how she finds out that he is a murderer. She looks into the disappearances of the women. He does disgusting things. He like bites them and tortures them before killing them. In the book it's only women, but in one of the homes the son came home early from school, so the son was taken out as well. And he lies to her after he comes home early. He's a psychopath. He's like crazy though. He comes home early and he like tells her that the death for the boy was really quick, which was a lie. And thankfully, after a few months of pretending like she's gonna forgive him and accept this disgusting deeds, she takes matters into her own hands because she doesn't want her family's name to be ruined by like telling on him to the police. And then she's afraid she would be an accomplice because she's waited for like too long. Anyway, she eventually does take him out. She pushes him down the stairs while he's drunk, which was good, very good. I think it takes her a few months. It's a short story, so I didn't get enough details either for this one, which is fine. I would have liked it more from his point of view to make it darker, because this is called Full Dark No Stars, right? I would have liked for Stephen King to, yeah, I would have liked him to go more into the husband's murderous scenes, I guess. If he could have done that, I know it would have been really gruesome, but that would have been more dark, which would have fit into the book, to the stories. I don't mind really. I have a really dark threshold. I can pretty much, I have seen a lot. I have experienced quite a bit in my life. Betrayal, loneliness, you know, a bunch of stuff. Thankfully nothing too violent, but some violence as well. So yeah, it takes a lot to shock me. It takes a lot to scare me. So none of these were really scary for me. They were shocking, especially Big Driver. That one was very shocking. Obviously I cried for that one, but that was because it was personal for me. And what else? Well, now 1922 was very intense as well. You do get to see a little bit of a darker side in this man from 1922 that we didn't get to see in A Good Marriage, which I would have enjoyed to see. Not enjoyed, it's not the right, I would have been more interested in it, I guess. I would have given it a higher score than 3 out of 5 if we got to see the husband's point of view as well. That would have been, I just find psychopaths so interesting. Like, I think a lot of us do, because we are not like them. So we are like just so curious about what is different from us, and that's not, I think that's normal. But anyway, yeah, that's all the stories, you guys. I hope that you were able to comprehend what I wrote, or what I read to you actually, because it was kind of hard for me to, my writing is so ugly, like. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this review, but here's my writing, like a psychopath. Some people say that if you have really ugly writing, that you're like crazy. I'm not, but yes, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Give this video a thumbs up if you would like to see more book reviews, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.